Want to have a chat with Mikis in the dungeon? Apply at contact@keramitica.com.
Welcome, Derya, to the 12th edition of Dungeon Chats. Common sense and magical answers to silly or commonsensical questions. Welcome.
Hello, hi. I am so excited to be here. I guess I'll introduce myself as the genie that just popped up. My name is Derya, and I'm half Kiwi, I'm half Turkish. I've kind of lived all around the place, but currently living in Amsterdam. And I've known you I was trying to think about how long it's been. It's years, which is awesome. And I'm an Argonaut, and I got married in Tiramiska to my incredible husband. And yeah, I guess that's who I am. I am a writer. I write fairy tales, and I want to create a business dream out of fairy tales and inspiring women, which is in progress. But that is moi.
That's very good. Welcome. I see you're blonde now.
Yeah.
More
fun.
Looks very nice. So welcome and start firing away. I promise, as always, to answer any question on any subject instantly, without hesitation, and in a way that a 5-year-old can understand it. So fire away.
Okay, so I've got my questions here. I've got themes of questions. So I'm going to start with the first theme, which is creativity. And my first question is, you are the master of giving straight, simple definitions. And I feel like creativity is something where I become stupid around understanding. So I wanted to ask, what is your simple, easy definition of what creativity means in life and in art?
Look, in any kind of spirituality, religion, culture, the divine, in whichever way you see it, is the creator. Yeah. And is the one. In every kind of religion, it encompasses everything in the cosmos. So love is being one with, yeah? Feeling another person, having them to be part of your life, of your focus, of your consciousness, of your genealogy. If you're having a romantic relationship or a marriage, your lives are intertwined, you're one with each other. You become one body. So love and creativity are the two aspects of the divine. It's divine energy. When we get to our most elevated status and we're connected with the energy of the divine, then we are in creativity and also alternatively in love with something or somebody. So creativity is one of the twin divine energies that define the universe. The universe is ruled by one gift and one law. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So the gift is choice to do what the fuck you want with, and the law is everything wants to be one with. And from the Big Bang to the end of the universe, it's a creative process to create the story that interweaves these together. So when you're in creative energy or loving energy, you find yourself in divine energy.
Oh la la. That gave me goosebumps. It kind of made me want to cry in a weird way. It was...
Well, but you feel it's true in your bones, right?
Yeah, 100%. That just made
when you're connecting with somebody or something, when you are in nature, people say, I love nature, but they don't love it all the time. It's full of bugs and you're thinking about something else and you're calling your stockbroker on the phone. You don't love nature. You're not one with it. But if you're immersed in the experience and you feel connected and you're like on the top of a mountain or like by a stream or by a lake, and you feel the breeze and you see the butterflies, you see, that's when you love nature, you're one with it. The same thing happens to you, very similar energy, where you are in creative energy, when you're feeling that you're creating something that at least to you is new. You're creating it. Doesn't matter if a million people have created the same thing, as long as you're not copying them and you're creating that for yourself at that moment, you are in creative energy, and that's in divine energy, the same way as when you are in connection, in loving energy.
Okay.
Question
That,
number two.
oh, whoa. I feel like I need to write that down. That was amazing. Um, okay, well, I guess connected to that is a question of, well, it doesn't actually make sense fully now, but I'll still ask it. Can creativity be measured? But I guess that's like love. It's,
Well,
yeah.
creativity, like love, whenever you feel full love, the next moment you feel full love is different,
Mm.
about a different thing in a different circumstance. It feels different, but it's not more or less. It's just a different aspect, a different side of the same thing. The same applies to creativity. Whether you're creating a nice dish for your friends and your loved ones in the kitchen, or writing something, or painting something, or designing something, or inventing something, or whatever, you're being creative. It, it, it is not superior or inferior to any other moment of creativity. It's just
Mm.
another aspect of an amazing energy. In the same manner as you can go to a party and have a great time in a party, and then be alone somewhere in nature meditating and having a great time, or making love to your man and being ecstatic and having a great time, you can't actually pick and say, this is better than that. It's just
Mm.
different aspects of a beautiful energy.
Okay. I really like that. And it's cool because I fully feel this, and it makes me feel so much more love than the things that I make up in my mind around creativity. So this, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and
You
because that's
have
so.
choice. You have choice. You can pick whichever answer makes you happier. If you find an answer that makes you happier than mine, say, fuck you, fat Greek, I'm going to take that one, and you will be right.
No, it's very true. It's the answer that makes you feel love. Well, right now your answer is sublime. I'll take that. It
Okay.
makes me feel very good.
Yes.
Well, next question, again connected to this. So I have a fascination around prodigies, about people who are creative prodigies, or people who are just like insane at what they do, and it's like to an extent where it doesn't make sense. So like I don't know, like Mozart. For me, Lars, like I don't understand how he does what he does. Those kind of people, is that something that's, again, I feel like I know the answer based on what we just talked about, but is that something
I will answer.
innate, or
I get you. I get you. Even before you form the question, I feel so. So I'll tell you a story.
okay.
When when I was a little kid, a very close friend of mine is a cousin of mine called Solis, and this guy is like a prodigy since he was a kid. He was like drawing and doing things like that. Eventually, first he studied economics, but then his pool, like his talent, was too much. So he went into advertising and became an illustrator. And then he became a good illustrator and stuff like that. And then at some point, he had a love for music. So he turned to music. And now he is one of the best percussionists I know. Yeah. He can play music with my lighter like this and create a masterpiece with spoons, with anything that he finds. He can like clickety clack it and make like an amazing thing. He plays the drums. He's a teacher for drums and things like that. He has like played with many famous people as a percussionist. And since I was a kid, I felt like, look at this guy. He knows what he's going to do in his life. Initially, it was about the drawing. Yeah. Like he's got something that is so overwhelmingly compelling. Like he's so good at it that his path is like, it's obvious. He doesn't need to think like me. I mean, what am I going to do? And throughout my life, I've met many people that are very talented, like Lars, for example, or other people that have this kind of like overwhelming thing for something. And I always felt that I'm pretty good at whatever I do, but I'm not spectacularly good at anything. So I can do art, I can do engineering, I can do construction, I can do many, many things well, but I'm not extra good at anything in particular. There's always people that are better than me. And for long, many, many years, I wondered about this. I said, what if I was born with something, a talent like Mozart or Beethoven? Yeah, Mozart at 5 years old, he was composing symphonies. What if I was born like this? And it took me many, many years before I realized that what I have is my prodigy, that I'm pretty good at anything I try. I don't need to be the best at anything I try. But my versatility is my talent. And then I chilled. I said, would I like to be the best at one thing or be pretty good at several things and can have like a varied life and try many things in my life? And I felt, oh, I'm good. Yes, I don't need this overwhelming thing that makes me special in one field or two. Yeah, it makes me maybe useless in most of the others. Like my cousin, he's such an amazing artist, but he cannot fix a light bulb. He's like totally useless, or like many, many aspects of life. So if you're not one of these prodigies, then you have your opportunity to try many things in your life and to expand and have variety. And maybe you're a prodigy at this, or maybe you are a partial prodigy in 4 or 5 things. Having an overwhelming talent in something is not always necessarily the best possible thing that can happen to you. Do you know what's the best possible thing that can happen to you?
What?
What is? What is happening right now? Because wake up, you have no choice. You are you no matter what. If you look at other people and you say, oh, I would like to have what he has or what she has, then you miss the point because everybody is a package. So they may have something you don't have, yeah, but they may not have something that you have. So the best thing for you, your talent, is you, who you are, what is. And your talent is, like anybody, a Mozart. There have been amazing talents who didn't go nowhere because they burned out and they went into drugs and all kinds of things. Many of them are depressed. Yeah. Like my cousin has problems as well, various problems, yeah. These people that have something very overwhelming, they're not always so well balanced. They're admirable, but not always so well balanced.
Yeah.
So what
It's
would you
true.
prefer other than what you are? The point is, can you milk what you are? Can you make the best of it? Can you make the best of everything that you are? Then you are the best prodigy you can be.
Yeah, I think that's the game. I definitely don't. I think I agree. I don't want to be a prodigy because it, like you said, it's so much more exciting to get to do so many other things, like do
You're
lots of
missing
things.
the point. You're missing a point. If you were a prodigy in something specific, you should be happy that you're a prodigy in something specific. You shouldn't wonder, what if I was more balanced than somebody else? And if you are more balanced, you should say, I'm very happy that I'm more balanced because everything has its pros and its cons. Everything is a package,
Just loving what is, basically, you're saying.
regardless, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and making the most of what is and just amping that up and
If
putting it
you
on.
milk who you are, if you milk who you
Mhm.
are, then you're in the best possible place. If
I
you
like
milk
that.
I have a friend, well, actually, not a very close friend. He's actually a very close friend of his cousin. And this guy is something that I would find a fate worse than death for me. He has actually, I think, a master's in library economics and management. And he's a librarian. He is, I think, now the director of the Library of Fine Arts of the University of Fine Arts in Athens, something like that. This guy,
Pretty cool.
I don't know, we have so many different lives. His whole life is books and being in this place full of books and organizing them and like reading them and suggesting them to people and finding more and doing, I don't know what the fuck he does. To me, it seems the most eternally boring thing in the world. But he has milked it. He has milked it. This guy is like tops in what he does. Yeah. And he's been the director of the Library of the Fine Arts. If he wanted to be another one, he could. There's very few librarians that actually have a master's in it. This guy has milked his
I've
thing,
never heard of that.
and he's very happy. If you told me you're like, he doesn't get laid much, he doesn't do many adventures, he doesn't do that, but he does all kinds. He's so active. He writes and designs comics, he organizes events and festivals and things like that. He educates people. He's a monster in librarians. Yeah, he is the librarian. I have not met ever a librarian as passionate as him about being a librarian. Usually librarians are like, okay. No, this guy is a librarian. Yeah. So
It sounds like a legend.
if you can milk what you are and what you like and what your talent is, then you're awesome.
I like that. And so milking yourself, because I know a lot about milking other
Milking
people.
who you are, not milking yourself.
Okay,
Milking
milking
who
who you
you
are.
are, what is.
But so just so I understand this clearly, so I choose who I am. So that can actually be anything. So I can milk anything that I want to milk, technically.
Look, okay, so have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Do you remember the dwarf, Roger
Yeah.
Dinklage or something like that he's called?
Yeah. Don't remember his
He's a
name.
dwarf. He's a
Yeah.
dwarf. You cannot choose whether you're a dwarf or not, right? As you can no longer choose whether you're a woman or not. They say that you can and you can become trans, but you will never become a man. And
No.
a man will never become a woman. If people are offended by this view, they can be offended as much as they like, but it's the truth. It's biological truth.
It's fucking
He is
crazy.
a
God
dwarf,
forbid. I'm
but
happy about
he's milked being a dwarf. He has milked
Mm-hmm.
this. Now, there is an Argonaut who is very, very short and small.
Mm-hmm.
He's like this, he's very short, yes. He could have been a jockey instead of being worried that he's very short.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not a dwarf because dwarves are stocky, he's a very thin, very small person. Yeah. His size is like, I don't know, an 11, 12-year old size. Huh? If you can milk this, or if you're super tall, you can become a basketball player. Yeah. If you're super fat, you can become a sumo player. Of course, fat or not fat is something that you do have choice over. But sometimes you even don't, because sometimes it's like genetics and hormonals and all kinds of stuff. So milking who you are is not only on the physical level. It's also who are you as a person. And of course you can shift these things. Yeah. If you're a very emotional person, instead of dwelling in emotionality, you can milk this in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
So milking what you are, making the best of what you are, is the best destiny you can have.
I like that. So taking anything, like basically by milking it, you turn it into a strength, whereas it could be like something you sabotage yourself with, like being emotional, but
Let's
you can.
say let's say you're a bitch. Let's say you're a total bitch. And
I
being a
was.
total bitch makes you, no, you're not. But I'm saying, let's say, yes. No, you're not at all. You're a super sweet girl. But let's say that you're a
Oh.
bitch. And being a bitch alienates you from people, hurts people around you, and does all kinds of things in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can milk this and know how to control it and be a bitch when it serves you and when it will
Mm-hmm.
get you something, then your talent in being a bitch could solve enormous situations
Oh my
and
God, I love this.
take you to the top of the world without any repercussions. That's what I mean by milking it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you own it and you say, yeah, I'm a bitch, yes, but I'm not any longer an uncontrollable bitch. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
bitch when I want to be a bitch and I'm good at it, and I'm the sweetest girl in the world when I don't want to. So this
Yeah.
is another example of how you can milk what you are. And then
Mm.
you also exercise your choice
Yeah.
because you're not dominated by that, you're not possessed by that, but you actually use it as a tool, as an alliance. You and your bitchy self.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. So an alliance
You
between
make
you
a
and
deal. Yeah.
demons, basically, your dark side.
Eh, Demons and angels are one and the same. They're like a spectrum. Yes. An alliance between different aspects and talents of yours. Because being a bitch is also a great talent. For example, you know me like I'm a soft teddy bear, but I
Yeah,
can be very threatening. I can make somebody piss on their pants.
I've
I can
seen it.
look at them in the eyes and tell them that I want to eat their liver and lick my lips, and they will believe it because I will be yearning for their liver at their moment because they're threatening me or people I love. So they're gonna be eaten fucking alive
Oh my God.
or not.
Oh la la.
Yeah.
That's magic.
So milking whatever you are and whatever your capabilities are and milking them to your best benefit and the benefit of those you love can be like a very powerful force.
No, this is awesome.
As long as you're not dominated by that and it happens involuntarily. But goodness can be as dangerous. If you are dominated by your goodness, then you can cause great damage to many people around you, including yourself.
Yeah.
So, whatever you are, if you own it and you milk it, it's good.
Yeah. It's cool. It's learning to play the game strategically, using the cards you've been dealt with in the best possible way, and creating the version of you that
Exactly.
works best. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's cool. Okay. I've got some thinking to do. Go away and figure out how to milk myself.
Next question.
Yes. Okay. Um, should we
Unless
jump
I
in?
haven't answered to your satisfaction, so
No.
then you tell me that I'm not clear.
You've answered the next two questions as well, so it's very much satisfactory. Super good. So I guess again in the same theme area, I have a question around. I feel like I've asked this before, to be honest, but obviously I didn't want to understand it. But got a question about the zone. So for me, entering the zone into like that creative state before was like impossible. Then it became like a process, and now I have like
Just a
ritual.
second for people to understand, being in the zone is something well known to athletes and other people and to performers. Is when you go to a place where you don't need to think with your conscious mind and you allow your subconscious mind to just act and be totally intuitive and without any thinking or any decision needed to be made. And that's when all your faculties multiply by at least 500,000 times because your subconscious brain is much faster and can deal with many more stimuli than your conscious brain. Yeah. So that's what you mean by being in the zone. So being in the zone, just to start and tell you something that may answer your question, is just a matter of trust. Instead of thinking, shall I put blue there or shall I put red? Just like put your brush in whatever it wants to go in and just splash it on, and then just feel the next color or whether you should cover it with something and just let it happen. And then you're in the zone when you trust. When you trust your subconscious brain to not need to think and to not need to make decisions, that's when you're in the zone. Especially creatively, but in every other way as well.
Yeah, that kind of answers my question. The question basically was that for me, it's been, again, I guess obviously the trusting part has been a process of learning like what to trust, how to trust in that process. And I feel like I've got into a place where like I have a set ritual and like it helps me like get into my zone, and then I feel like
Can you stop for a
like
second?
trust in me,
Can
and
you
I
stop
can,
for a
yes.
second? Yes, because you said something that I must comment on, please, if you don't mind. You said who to trust and what to trust. This is the simplest thing in the world. First of all, in anything that you need to trust, you need to do your due diligence. Check it out first. Yeah. But after that, after you've done your due diligence, who to trust or what to trust is irrelevant. You trust whatever you choose to trust. Now, your and everybody else's problem is that you choose to trust something or somebody, and then you fail. You fight against yourself and you don't trust what you choose to trust. And then you think, should I trust this or not? And you're missing the point. Am I choosing to trust it or not? That's the only thing that matters. And if I'm choosing to trust it and I'm not trusting it, that means that I'm fighting my own choices. So I'm not trusting myself. I'm not trusting my own choices. It's not about the other person or the whatever. Yeah. So the who to trust or what to trust are irrelevant. That's why I couldn't let you continue under this premise. You're making an assumption that there's a choice to be made. The choice is already made. If you decide to trust, then you trust. And if you decide to not trust, then you mistrust. But if you decide to trust and you're mistrusting anyway, that is when you are in an internal conflict. And that applies to your creative process as well. If you choose to trust your creativity, but you cannot help by mistrusting it and mind fucking and doubting yourself, then obviously you're in a conflict. And your problem is you're not trusting your own choice to trust yourself and your choices. So it's not a question to resolve who or what to trust. The only question to resolve is why am I choosing to mistrust my own choices right now? Has something changed?
Yeah, I think for me in
Temporary
particular,
failure is not a reason to mistrust, because as Winston Churchill said, success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. So just because you fail a couple of times in something is no excuse for you to mistrust your choice to trust yourself and your process.
no, 100%. I fully agree that failing is awesome because, like, the only other thing you can do is get up and try again, and it's fun. I think I've learned that failing is awesome, but I think for me in particular,
If you don't fail, then you succeed. And if you succeed, what next? You have to find something else to fail at. Because that's life. What are you going to do? You're going to have one success and then say, okay, now I'm going to wait to die. No. You're going to try to fail again and again. So that's the fun game of life, right? Trying for things that you're not sure you're going to succeed in. That's life, basically. But most people don't want to live a life. They just want to hide because they don't like failing.
Yeah.
So failure is always a gift. It only means that you're going to try your hand 1 or 2, 3 times more until you succeed. And then you're going to have the problem to find something else to fail at.
Yeah. Basically.
Basically, if you always succeed, you deprive yourself of the joy of succeeding because it becomes routine. If you never fail, then what's the joy in succeeding? It's the obvious.
Yeah.
So people that have had near-death experiences or death experiences like I have many times, it teaches you to appreciate life. If you don't stop breathing ever and are unable to breathe, then you don't appreciate your breath. It's a given. Each one of us breathes thousands of times every day, but we don't think about it and we don't kind of savor it. So failure is one of the most beautiful things on earth. And if you're not failing, you're doing something wrong, which means you're always staying in your safe zone, never daring anything, never stretching yourself, never evolving. Success is like a horrible fate. You're happy for a second and then, the next moment is gone and then what?
Yeah. This
You
is cool.
can't feed on a previous success forever.
No. Yeah. I think it's awesome because you are right. Like if you're always successful, you're not making those bold decisions, those scary decisions. I love the saying, the cave you fear the most holds the treasure you seek. I think that's like, and usually you fail trying to get into that cave a couple of times, but at the end you get in and it's
Obviously. obviously.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to fear, they say also, is fear itself.
Yes. Yeah. That's actually
And
another.
everything else is an experience.
Mm, that's really cool. I I was thinking about that actually, but I haven't written that down as a question, but it's I was thinking about fear in general. And Lars' a song around fear where he says fear is not real. And then I was actually listening to Tom Cruise, who I love his movies. He's awesome. Like his movies are awesome. And he was talking about all the stunts he does and all the crazy shit he does on the movies. And people were asking, like, are you not scared? And he said something of the sorts of, I am scared, but I'm not scared to be scared, which I found I really liked. Like, it was kind of like it's okay to be scared, but to not be scared of being scared and just do it anyways. It made I don't know. It
Look,
felt
fear, like everything else, is as it should be. It's necessary. If you're not afraid, you're going to get yourself killed, or
mm,
or worse. Fear is a sensor, yes, but you always have choice to overcome a sensor,
mm,
or you know, like bypass a sensor. No?
yeah,
So pain is a sensor and it's very necessary. So there's an illness where people don't feel pain and they cannot survive because you may step on glass and be bleeding and never know it. The
mm,
point is, can you overcome fear? Can you overcome pain? Do you have choice? And that's
yeah,
when they become beautiful instruments. They protect you. They
mm,
protect you, but they don't dominate you. You dominate them. And that's when fear and pain and all of these kind of things, they become very constructive tools for your life.
yeah, yeah, they're
You know,
beautiful.
in the special forces like the commandos and the frogmen and the parachutists and all these kind of people, they give people that they choose that apply a psychometric test. And if they
Mm,
find out they're not afraid, they don't take them because they're going to get everybody killed. Yeah.
mhm,
They're sociopaths if they're not afraid. They're missing something. It's
yeah,
called having a death wish or stuff like that. They're dangerous, these people that are not afraid. They want people who are afraid, but they're going to do what they want to do anyway. So that
mm,
applies to every aspect of life.
yeah. So, because sometimes I question, like me and Loss, we are very adventurous. We like to do crazy things, and I often feel kind of this like, oh my God, fear feeling. And always, there's never been a situation where it hasn't turned out like the best thing that's ever happened. But the fear still comes up, every single time, like when we're doing something, I guess, like crazy. And, but yeah, it's right what you're saying about it's just, it's there to protect. And if it's doing its job and it's not taking over and it's helping like me feel into like, is everything okay? Like just a little sense check and then full force go. And like, yeah.
Fear is a great ally.
That's what I was thinking
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
But there's a difference between an ally and a dominator. If your fear dominates you and decides what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, then
Mhm.
you're not allies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're in conflict. But if you
Yeah.
say, thank you, my fear, you make me do my due diligence and check things out
Yeah.
before I embark on whatever, but you have zero right to decide what I choose.
I love
You're,
that.
you are
Be my
an
king.
ally.
Become
You're
my
not
king.
my king. You're not my queen.
Mm, I like it. That makes me feel good. That I do feel fear every so often, like very often, but it doesn't like it used to very much dominate a lot of me in general. But I feel like now I kind of I kind of feel like if I feel scared, that's something cool. Like it's a weird, like I'm like, oh, okay, this must be good. It's the right way. Like if I'm kind of feeling scared, that's kind
Fear
of
for me is a motivator. It makes me look
mm,
into a situation, study it, and act. So
yeah.
basically, it's an action switch. It tells me
Mm,
you got to do something about it.
yeah.
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 So maybe about the fear itself and maybe about the situation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not good to fight the fear, but to fight the situation. And sometimes it's good to
Yeah.
fight the fear and not the situation. But that's
Mm,
where choice enters.
yeah. I also like that. That's very cool too. Sometimes you fight the situation, sometimes the fear. Very cool. Very cool. That, yeah, connects to some of my other questions later on. I
Yes.
might actually jump to those because why not? Um, so another theme of questions I had were around allies and tribes and like community and creating that connection. So the first question I have around this is obviously we're in this new place and we're kind of trying to create our little family. And FYI, for people, me and Lars have just moved to a new country, Amsterdam. So we're kind of settling down, figuring things out, and we're trying to create our little family. And I wanted to get clarity on tribe and ally. What is the difference of them? I feel like I kind of know, but I also don't know. Like for me, my tribe feels like Lars is my tribe, like close tribe, my family. And then like Argonauts are a different tribe. And then like even Turkish people feel like a tribe to me because when I see them on the street, I'm kind of like, oh hi, like I feel a bit more connected to them. So I'm trying to understand
It's a
that.
good
So like,
question. It's a good question.
and then also
A
allies is another
member,
thing. Yeah.
a member of your chosen tribe can be, let's say, your child or your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they're not necessarily your allies because at certain parts of your life, maybe they don't want to be your allies on a particular subject because they want other things or they believe other things. They remain your tribe because you choose them to be your tribe.
Mm-hmm.
If they piss you off too much, you may choose them to exclude them from what you feel as a tribe. Yeah.
Yeah. What just happened?
Alliance is when two or more people they consciously want to be allies,
Okay.
right? And ally themselves to a direction or a way of being or a project or a task or whatever. So your tribe can be your allies, yes, and your allies are always your tribe. So your allies are by definition your tribe, whereas your tribe is not by definition your allies.
Okay, so I got that wrong. I thought it was like,
Because they have to choose it. Yeah.
okay.
So I consider you my tribe. Yes, you're my human family. Yes. But if you choose for whatever reason to be angry at me and want to cause me harm, you're not my ally. I cannot count on you. We're not allied. We're not in the same direction about something. Yet I love you. So you're my tribe, whether you choose to or not. I may not be your tribe. You may choose that I'm not your tribe. You're angry at me. I'm not your tribe. But for me, you are my tribe. Whatever you think is irrelevant. But for us to be allies, we must both believe the same thing and have the same intention.
Okay.
And this is the only difference.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So I can feel that someone is my tribe, but they might not feel the same way. Or
Yes,
like,
like you feel for the Turkish people that we have the same
yeah.
culture, we are the same country, and they're my allies, they're my tribe. But somebody may not like you that's Turkish, Yeah.
Happens a
So they're
lot.
not your allies. They may even be your enemies. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or they may be indifferent to you, but
Yeah.
that does not stop them from being your tribe as far as you're concerned.
Okay. This makes a lot of sense. So the inner circle is your allies. Like if it was a circle kind of thing, it's like me.
You're going in the wrong direction. It's not about
Okay.
circles. It's not about
Okay.
circles. There may be people who are your allies, and you
Yes.
only see them or talk to them every 5 years.
Mm,
There's people from the past that I don't see anymore, but I know they're my allies. If I went to them and said, "Hey, we haven't talked for 20 years, but yeah, I trust that they don't want my harm and they would like to help me or help each other." Yeah. So inner circle or outer circle is a different thing. There's
yeah.
people that you live your everyday life and you have more contact with. And this is like for practical reasons as well. We only have so much time in the day,
Mm.
and with the people that are around us. But then allies are, it's not about inner circle or outer circle. Yeah.
That in the
I
direct.
believe I believe that you are my ally, that we're each other's allies. I believe that if I needed something, you would help me, and if you need something, I would help you. And then we only talk maybe a couple times a year, yeah. But there's also people that I haven't seen for 20 years that I consider my allies. I remember some people in my life that I feel that they're my allies for life, yeah. And there's
Mhm.
people that I see every day that may be in my inner circle, but they're not my allies. Yeah. So it's not about an inner circle or an outer circle. Yeah. It's
Okay.
about a mutual choice to be allies.
I like that. And that's connected to my second question now. So knowing that now, like, okay, how do I ask this clearly? What is how do you become allies? So because me and Lars are kind of like we're trying to strategize in our own way. Like he's making a band and I've got like my work like fairy tale workshop girls. So we're trying to conspire our alliances with people, that kind of thing. But how do we, I guess, what
You
is
don't
the way to
you don't
inspire people?
conspire, you tell them. I like you,
Oh,
you're
okay,
useful to
that's the way.
me, we can do cool shit together or have fun together. I want us to be allies.
Hmm.
Why
Yeah,
do you need to
everything's,
conspire?
I don't know.
Well, if you have an ally, you got to be open with them, right?
I guess that comes from a place, well, for me, like from the circle of people I've met here in Amsterdam that I want to kind of get close to. I guess the part that the thing that stopped me from directly saying that has been the fear of rejection, but that's absolutely stupid because then you just know the answer and it's fine. You just move on to the next one.
If you're rejected, then you know you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
So that's a very, very, very good thing, rejection.
Yeah.
You know you're
That's
wasting your time and you're not deluded about this person. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
they're willing to get it and be your allies. You know what? I've met you a short time, but I really like you and we're having fun together and we're going to have good times together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to be your ally. I would like us to be allies, to be close friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Help each other, be in each other's lives and do whatever activity draws us close, like the band or something like that. Let's
Yeah.
be allies. Let's not be like in some kind of like power
Yeah.
game or conflict or anything. Let's just be allies. And then if they say no, I mean, why are you interested in a person that would say no? Why would somebody say no if they like you? It's
Yeah.
just you mistrusting yourself that you are likable and you are useful to people.
Yeah, that is a
Not only
big thing.
about being likable. Sometimes people are not likable, but they're useful to people for various
Mm.
reasons. For example, maybe Lars has a member of his band that's a very unlikable person, but it's a great drummer, and then he's useful, and then you figure out their likability. Say, okay, don't be an asshole, make fun of it, and then just like
Yeah.
get the best out of each other, milk each other very profitably for both sides and very beneficially for both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
So
I think
if you
Lars is
believe you
better
have
at.
things to offer to a person and you believe they have things to offer to you, then why not be open about it?
Yeah. Okay. This has been my journey. The
Do,
last
do not do not conspire.
no, no,
Tell
no.
them you're conspiring.
Tell
Yeah,
them.
I'm conspiring to get you closer because I'm interested in you and to do things with you. So I'm conspiring. Are you game? So I keep conspiring.
That is very cool. And I guess like another question is, but I guess that's dependent on each situation. What is the definition of the best ally? Is it just the most useful person?
The most useful and at the same time the most reliable person
Okay.
because they can be useful, but they can be useful unreliably. Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
best ally, you say, the best ally must have both. You
Yeah.
must be able to count on them, and they
Mm-hmm.
must be capable to give you something and useful to you at the same
Okay.
time. So you need both for a best ally.
Okay. That's cool. And I guess like if we our intention is to create this with these people, I'm just thinking my personal scenario. There's like a group of women that I want to do collab on running writing workshops with, and like they're kind of game, I'm kind of game, but no one's actually just like said it. Um, so I.
Just a second here.
Mhm.
Also, the best possible ally is a person where your intentions are aligned.
Mhm.
Yes. So if there's other person in your girl group, your woman group, that also want something like that, when you discuss it openly and say, well, I want this, do you want this? Yes. So what if we form an alliance to make this happen? So we
Yeah.
both help and collaborate to make this happen. Then with clarity, you can have best allies. You both know then why you're in alliance, what your goal about this alliance is, yeah, to become close friends and do writing groups and all that kind of shit, whatever you want. So basically, no need to conspire. You just tell people, I'm conspiring to get us together and do this. Are you game? Our
Yeah.
intentions align, then we are very suitable to be allies. The more allies you have, the more powerful you are, the more things you can get done.
Yeah. And it's just, yeah, no fear, just
The
like
more
going for it.
spectacularly you can fail, and the more spectacularly you can succeed.
Yeah. Very
With
true.
allies, you can do bigger things with bigger
Yeah.
risks and more fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's connected to the last question, which I feel like we've talked about now, but that was what I was going to ask. What would your tips be to someone, aka me and Lars, who have moved to a new place that want to create like a hub of a tribe? What would be like the things that we should do? But I feel like we've already kind of talked about that. It's just
Write
to,
down your vision. You're a writer,
Mhm.
right? Write
Yes.
down your vision and collaborate with Lars to make it into a song.
Oh,
You can make a
okay.
song.
Okay.
I've
I
come
like.
to this place and I have a dream to gather some people and do real cool shit, whatever.
Oh my God.
You're the
Okay.
songwriters, I'm tone deaf.
Okay. No, no, I like that. We did, yeah, we have written it down and we've made like a vision map and like everything for it.
So
But a
make a
song,
song so you can
yeah.
sing it and easily transmit. You can say to a
Mm.
person, I have a song for you. Tell us how you feel. You just tell
Okay.
them and make
Okay.
the song personal.
Okay.
And I want you to be in this team to reach through the skies and do this cool thing. Whatever.
You are a songwriter.
I, like you, can be anything I choose to be.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's fucking awesome. Okay. Let me just have a look. I think, yeah, those were my questions in that section. And then I want to go back up to a little bit more into creativity again, and a question connecting, also a couple of questions connecting it to AI. So something, I guess I have been like, Lars is like the AI pro. He is very much onto it, knows everything, is up with the updates. And I am the opposite. I'm kind of fearful of it. Ever since I think it was in one workshop we talked about it, and I was like, oh my God, it's going to take over my life. And I just kind of not been that fearful, but stepped away from it and kind of, I use it for useful stuff, but not that, like, I'm not very deep into it. And I just let Lars use it for me and make the things that I need with it. Like, he's doing that stuff. But my question around that is, I guess to calm myself down, what is going to happen with AI going crazy with creativity? Like, I know that in the future, at some point, like, creativity is not going to exist, or like, how is that? Like, creativity
May,
hasn't.
may I ask you a question?
Mhm.
Way before AI, which is actually not actually artificial intelligence, it's a large scale language learning model, but anyway, so it doesn't actually have intelligence. It's just combining information. But before AI, we invented the printing press so we can print, Mona Lisa 1,000 times. We invented for music special effects the Beatles in the 1960s. Yeah, they made like a speaker that would turn around on a motor, so the sound would move around the room and and create special effects, especially after they went to India and became really stoned on LSD and other substances. Did that stop them from being a creative band? Adobe Photoshop, that you can combine images and do effects and do like brush strokes and spraying, did it stop creativity? AI is just a tool like Adobe Photoshop, like anything. Yeah, like for music, before they could only record one channel, and now they can record multiple channels and mix them and do whatever the fuck, and have like 1,000 instruments and stuff like that. Did that change creativity? Garbage in, garbage out. Being afraid of tools is basically not trusting yourself. You're not trusting that you are creative and that you can use any tool, and you're afraid that the tool will be better than you. You're an idiot. The
That's
tool
literally
is
what I
as
wrote.
the tool is as idiotic as the one wielding it, and as brilliant as the one wielding it. So being afraid of like a tool is like silly and mistrustful to yourself.
Yeah.
These kind of things, they can multiply your creativity rather than restrict it. Our new book that is going to be published like in a few months, The 12 Dreams, is full of images. And they're all made in a combination of AI and Photoshop and Paint and other tools to combine them. Like we have, I don't know how many images. Yeah, I think 80, 100, I don't know, many. Yeah, we would never be able to do this if we
No.
did them by hand. It doesn't mean that they're not what we want and what we envision, because even what we produced on AI, we heavily modified it and like combined it with 3 or 4 images together to make a final image, and using transparencies and all kind of shit. I don't see how that makes us less creative. If it took
No.
us 4 years to hand paint those images, then that would be silly because we wouldn't be using a tool that can multiply our creativity. If you mistrust your own creativity, then you're afraid of the tool.
Yeah, I think that is like literally the thing because that like I use AI as well. In my book I have AI images and I make really beautiful maps and really beautiful like illustrations that look like someone's like painted it. And like even that because I've got an app that's built for the book which is all AI that Lars is building. So I understand how it's like
But
doing something like
nobody will produce exactly the same as you. Nobody will give the prompts that you give to the AI. And most importantly, even if they happen to give a prompt, the next prompt will be a little different than yours, and the next prompt, and this thing learns and adapts. So it becomes a tool that is yours. Yeah. And when you use a different program for AI, you get different results. So this is an alliance between you and the program you choose, where you learn how to use the right prompts for the particular AI and how to use this tool and milk it in the best possible way. So yeah, it's like being afraid of a tool is like like stupid.
yeah. I guess then because yeah, it is stupid.
You are
And
not stupid. The fear is stupid. The
yeah, no,
mistrust is stupid, not you.
that's what I want to ask. So, what is your recommendation for someone like me who doesn't, I guess, because sometimes I feel like I trust my creativity. Like, there's a lot of times I'm like super proud of like the stuff I do, and like, especially right now, like, I've super proud of
Become
everything.
the best in AI.
Oh my God.
Be the best wielder of the tool. Be 20 times better than Lars. You
That's
can.
impossible. He's like so good.
Now you're mistrusting.
Okay.
Now you're mistrusting. Now you're predeciding where your ceiling is.
Yeah, true.
So now you're mistrusting.
Mm, getting good at AI. Okay. So you,
Henry Ford said, if you think you can and if you think you cannot, you are right. Because if you
and
think you can, you'll keep trying and you'll not be, and until you make it. And if you
yeah,
think you cannot, either you will never try, or you will like be disappointed at the first failure.
yeah,
So if you think you can and if you think you cannot, in both cases you're right. If you think that you cannot be the best at this, you are right. And if you think you cannot, you are right.
no, of course I can. Like I can be whatever I want, which
Okay.
but I guess I'm trying to
Of course you
understand.
can is not of course, because a few minutes ago you told me that you cannot.
I will.
Okay.
Like,
Next
um,
question. I've answered this one.
okay, well, connected to that question,
Yes.
just to confirm, so you're saying that me getting good at AI will make me trust my creativity?
Absolutely. Because you're going to find out that the tool, all it will do is manifest faster and give you results that it would take you a long, long time to do by yourself. And then what will be left, whether the result is good or not, is up to you. Has nothing to do with the tool.
Okay, okay. I'm going to experiment.
Look,
Okay.
look, I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
Amazon increased, basically decreased the royalty for books,
Because of AI.
for books below a certain size. And the reason they did that, because there is now thousands of fake people who produce with AI copies of science fiction or romantic novels or westerns or all kinds of shit like that. And they produce thousands of variations, and then they just sell them. And they're all crap. So if they have below a certain number of sales and below certain things, they charge them more because they're flooding the airwaves, because they're all generic and nothing ever succeeds. They make money because they can produce 100 titles automatically, and then if they sell 10 books of each title to some random person that was intrigued by the title and just bought it and would never buy another by the same author, they still make a lot of money. That's why Amazon is reacting to that. So you must realize that AI is not going to make anybody an artist.
No.
AI is going to create generic shit, and then it's going to make people who are real artists superpowers, because they will be able to get closer to their vision faster, which means create more and evolve more with being more prolific in their work because of this tool. So it will change nothing, like Adobe Photoshop or the musical mixer or anything like that. Change nothing. No technology creates creativity.
So you're saying basically to use it as an ally and milk it to make yourself
It's
prolific,
not your ally.
but still
It is not your ally. It is not your ally. Allies are people who mutually decide. The machine that you buy or pay a subscription to or pirate for free has no choice. It does not have a soul. It's not in agreement. It's your tool. It's your slave. It's your worker. It's your tool.
Okay.
It's not an alliance. Don't confuse. We said before that alliance, it's a mutual choice.
Okay. It's a servant. It's a slave. Okay. I
It's
like
a
that.
tool. It's a tool. It's a tool. Better, it's a tool. Because
It's a
even
tool.
a servant or a slave, they have choice. So they
Yeah.
can choose to sabotage you and give you crap. A tool has no choice. Everything's up to you. Everything is your fault. If crap comes out, it's because of you. They have no soul.
Yeah.
They have no choice. It's a tool. A tool. I
That
said
can
you're a slave, a worker. I said it is a metaphor. But the right term is a tool.
Okay. No, that makes sense. I actually like this idea. I think it's very good for me to experiment and fight my fears head first with AI and fall in love with it.
You're gonna do cool shit if you do.
And yeah. I mean, I can see the cool shit that it can create. Like, I'm mesmerized by what Lars does with it. So I'm sure it does amazing stuff. So I just need to
Yes, yes,
trust.
yes, yes, yes. But not everybody who uses the tool will make amazing stuff. Most will make very generic stuff that will look like the next thing. Very similar. And they may be nice, but none of them are going to be awesome, except by accident.
Yeah.
Garbage in, garbage out. It's a tool. If I give you a bunch of tools of carpentry, are you going to create great carpentry? No, unless you train yourself and you're passionate and you do it for 20 years. So just having the best tools, let's say you inherit $1 billion and you say, bring me the best tools to repair a car ever. Are you going to repair a fucking car? No, you're not. It's not your passion and it's not your talent. So it doesn't matter what tool you have. Yeah, maybe half of the job will be done decently because the tools will do it automatically. But bottom line, eventually something will happen and the car will not run or the furniture will not be nice. A tool does not create art or craft or anything. A tool is a tool.
Okay. I like that. It is nice. And I like the garbage in, garbage out. So if you can use it well, it can be cool. It can produce cool things. Okay. Very nice.
Next question, or have you run out?
No. I have so many more. I'm just checking which one should we go on to. Okay. This one is again connected to the same area, and then I'm going to pass this topic. Is around, I remember you once said that in the age of like AI and LLMs and whatever, authenticity will be the one that will kind of shine through. That will be the one that will sparkle. And I was trying to, while we were talking about it, we were trying to figure out what does that mean? Like, what does authenticity mean? Because it's not one thing. Is it everything, or is it, yeah, it confuses me.
It is always one thing.
Okay.
It
It's
is
your one.
never, it is never more than one thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's always about having something that is yours to say.
Mm.
It's not about creating beautiful objects or beautiful music, like in the rave music or like techno music industry. Most of the music is nice. You can dance to it, or you can do this, or you can do that, and you don't really have a really favorite song or things like that, because none of them have anything to say. They are mood music. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The same way as there is like mood art. Yeah. They don't have anything to say. And whatever you do with AI, if you don't have something to say, the AI is not going to say it for you. The AI is going to help with the presentation of what you have to say. So,
Okay.
authenticity means that you're not looking for an effect, yeah, or a mood or something like that. You're actually wanting to send a message, a feeling, an essence. And if you have that, then it will be authentic art. And if you don't, it will be very nice, especially as AI gets better and better. They can do spectacular things, but then it will be as spectacular as another million similar things.
Mm-hmm.
So if I go to AI and I say to ChatGPT, please, I would like an image of the galaxy where all the planets, they have faces of animals and they whiz through in a galactic orgy. Then you can be pressing the same button 1,000 times and produce 10,000 images. And I bet you that 9,000 of them will be really cool,
I want to see them.
but none of them will be unique.
Yeah.
None of them will stop you in your tracks and say, this is not like any of the others.
Okay, that's fucking awesome, because that's something I feel very confident in as a message and something to say.
And we found that working with AI. We would make something like this, and then we would make another image and combine it with it, and then we would tweak it, and then we would like try to get the right energy, and then we would superimpose stuff and do all this kind of thing, and then the result that was the final result, yes, the energy that you will find in some of the images is not something that AI created in a vacuum.
You did with your what you wanted to say.
And we kept changing the prompts to get
Yeah.
closer to what we wanted and to find the aspect. And, you know, it was like a process. None of these thousands of images that were really great worked by itself per se without a lot of work to get wherever.
I'm super excited to get the book. We're getting it. I think Lars said he's getting it to just like feel that and see, because I do agree with that It's because I did the same. I made Lars for his birthday a picture book, like a storybook with pictures from AI. And each picture I spent like a day to get, I'm very bad at prompting. And each picture had a meaning and a story. And it felt like we cried and it was like, it was real. And I was like, this works for a minute. So I've seen it, it exists. So it's,
By the
yeah.
way, for your information, if you're one of the people, I don't know, I don't remember everybody that has pre-bought a book, you and only you, this group of people, will be getting a special bespoke edition
Oh,
that
yeah.
nobody else will get.
Well, I think Lars
So
said,
all the books
yeah.
will be super good quality, only in hardcover, and the best paper, the best printing, and everything. But the the first like pre-bought books that help us with the cost of the editing are getting a bespoke edition that
What does
has
that
like
mean?
a bespoke shit on it, so they
Ooh,
will be unique. Not
yeah.
of choice, it's just that the bespoke things they don't ship internationally. So people will not be able to order them and have them delivered. But the books that we get first and sign and give it to you personally have special shit on them.
I'm excited. If it has not been ordered, I shall make sure it's ordered with special discussions with husband straight after this. Um, yeah, I need my hands on that book. I've been so excited to read it. I've been like dying to read it, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's the best work I've ever
But
done and we've ever done. It is a book
yeah,
actually that you can read again and again, and every time it's new. And you can also give to somebody, even your mother or father or a friend that know nothing about the philosophy, the works that we explore, and they can get it. So
yeah,
it's a very special book for us, and yeah, we're hoping it depends on the editing and other things. We're also doing the songs now, and if you guys would like to volunteer for one of the songs, then you could collaborate and be mentioned in the book. So we're having a
ooh,
collaboration with people, and then you will get to read it ahead of time because after that it will not exist in electronic form. So if you volunteer, and actually, I wanted to speak with Lars
okay.
because we would like to use the song "Gratitude" in the book
Aw, yeah,
uh, as
he
one
is
of the
recording
songs
it.
of the 12 Dreams.
I'm gonna
And
cry.
if you would like to volunteer to write a special song for one of the dreams, that would be welcome because we know you're very talented.
Well, he's not here, but I am going
But
to.
anyway, I'm telling you, it's not.
Yeah,
This is not interesting to the rest of the people. So next question.
yeah, I'm going to tell him that. And just a side note that we're actually going to go record the whole Mythic Voyage album tomorrow, like to make it all clean and things. So there'll be a new version of it, which will be
Okay, very good.
yes.
We
Okay,
love
question.
we love the previous version, and if we like this one better, we're going to use that version better.
Okay. Okay, questions. Should I dive into this area? Okay, so I have a couple questions around femininity. And my first question is a personal one. So I've started a new job, which is super cool. It's very different than anything I've ever done. It's like a retail management job, but it's a leadership job. So I manage a team of like 7 people, which is cool and fun. But I've been exploring and feeling because like last year, this year, it's been massive shifts in my like journey and polarity. And I've had like, I feel like I've finally kind of like, I'm getting it finally a little bit and I'm feeling good in my like femininity and it's like home and I kind of don't want to leave it. It's really nice. And since I've started this job, I've been kind of trying to feel into what energy do I want to be in this role? And I've experimented kind of being my normal work Derya, which is kind of more masculine, more like assertive, more focused, more direct. I've realized from the team, like the people I've had that energy with, the reaction that I get is kind of it's respect, which is cool, but also this kind of fear, this kind of like a bit of coldness energy. And then I tried to experiment another day with a couple of other team members, where I was more soft, more friendly, more gentle. And I personally enjoyed that more, but the results were obviously not as good. And they like something happened with that one of the people I had that interaction with, and she was late and didn't tell me, and I kind of, they weren't taking me seriously.
Use both. Use both. Use the feminine that you enjoy, but keep a close eye, and when things are not right, then pummel them with the other.
Okay. Well,
Use
that
both.
feel like
Don't deny yourself any part of you. It's like what we said about the bitch and the sweet girl. You can be both.
yeah, yeah, I can definitely be
So
both.
you
Like,
can be both friendly and feminine and fluid, and very professional and very demanding at the same time. So you use what's most enjoyable first, which is being feminine because you are a woman, and that's your nature to enjoy what is most easy for you. And then if it doesn't work, you hit them with the other, you turn like this, and then when it starts working again, you turn back into the feminine, and very soon they're trained. They know that if they want to stay in your good side, yeah, they gotta deliver. And then you're done. And then you need to use the masculine less and less and enjoy yourself more and more and get the results of the masculine with using an energy that you enjoy most and is more
okay,
pleasurable to you. It's not a
cool.
conflict. Use both. You have
That's
both. You have both. Use both tools.
okay. Because that's literally what I was going to ask. Like, how can I lead? What does a feminine leader look like? But basically, what you're saying is you don't need to be a feminine leader. You can just be all of it at once.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
not at the same time, but you can be interchanging with each other. Yeah, you can't send mixed messages, but you send the feminine, which I'm a very masculine guy. You know that. Yeah,
yeah,
and if the masculine doesn't work, then I have to use the feminine, right? And then I
yeah,
use it, and then I
yeah,
go back to my masculine, which is my more natural place to be very directional and very like precise and all of this kind of stuff. And then I can relax again, smoke a joint, and like be chill and joke and
yeah.
smile and be soft and be emotional and be lovey-dovey and all of that kind of stuff. And that's real fun. And if it's not working, I will not only become the very directional masculine, but as I showed you, I can become devil incarnate and
Yeah,
freeze your fucking blood. But then, if it's not necessary, I don't have to do it.
yeah. And that's literally how I feel. I don't, if it's necessary, I can do it, but if it's not necessary, I really don't want to do it. It's like, yeah, it's good to get
Item
that.
resolved. Next question.
Okay. Next question. So this is a relationship question. This is something I often wonder and want to get clarity on. So for me, in my life, one of the most important thing is my relationship family thing. Like it's like my baby, like, nurturing the family and da 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 da. And for Lars, it's clearly stated that it's not the number one priority in the world. Like
You
like
should worry if it was.
okay, that's what I wanted to
You
check
should
on.
worry if it was because then there would be no polarity.
Okay.
For for the feminine, it's about relationship. For the masculine, it's about direction. Yeah. So obviously, you have a different priority than Lars. That's why you should put more energy into what is your priority, and he should put more energy in what is his priority, and you'll be doing just fine.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I wanted to check on, because sometimes I found myself panic. I'm like, oh my God, I'm the only one who cares about the relationship. We're going to die, but we'd
You
never
are
die.
not the only one. Don't lie. You're not the only one who cares about the relationship. Now you're mistrusting and telling yourself Lars doesn't care about the relationship. Why would he be in there? Why would he marry you if he didn't care? It's just that for you, it's your number one priority after being happy, of course. And for him, it's his number one priority after being happy, of course. But it doesn't mean it's not his number two or his number three, and that is not very, very, very important to him as well. So don't say this bullshit.
Yeah, no. Of course it's not. I know it's like a very close number two, but his direction is number one. But that's good to know that's
But that's the
good.
same for me and Liz. And I love her to death. I'm crazy about her. But it's the same, and it's very open and very declared.
Yeah.
For her, the relationship is the most important, and other things are very important as well.
Yeah.
And for me, my work is most important, and then the relationship is very, very important as well. Potentially number two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I asked as well. Number two.
Almost certainly number two, but I'm not sure. There is like another competing thing with that, but it's more likely number two, but between number two and number three. So it's super important, because even number 10 is very important, and 20 is very important. They're my priorities. So it doesn't mean that I don't care. I care very deeply.
Yeah. Okay. I trust that too, like with our situation. But I just wanted to check to make sure everything was good. And then another question on this topic, or kind of, is, again, I feel like I've asked this question before. But when I was thinking about it, I couldn't answer it. What is alpha feminine mean? And what does that look like at home, at work? And yeah, those two different spheres. Because I thought, in a way, if that connected to the work situation,
Look,
in a way,
yeah,
but maybe it's completely
I'm
irrelevant.
not going to do a workshop on a chat, but I've answered this comprehensively. Yeah, but I'm not going to do a workshop, because for people to understand this, they need to feel the energy. So I'm not going to answer this question now, but you know very well. Yes.
Yes.
But basically, an alpha feminine is somebody who gains the most benefit by their feminine energy and qualities, and they can get the most benefit for themselves and the people they care about and their allies. So if you can get the most benefit out of your femininity, then you are an alpha female. And if you can get the most benefit out of your masculinity, then you're an alpha male.
Okay, that's a very clear way of putting it. Yeah.
But the question can go further than that, because
Yeah,
to
that's
fully
fine.
answer it, you must feel it. And, yeah, I play a song that you know to make people feel this.
Yeah. Okay. No, I agree. I feel it too, and it feels clear. But yeah. Okay, next question.
Yeah.
This is a question that has been something that's been coming up. So I do a lot of kind of like my intention with my Derya's Magical Journey stuff, and like all my fairy tale writing and the workshops, and my vision is all about writing fairy tales, creating fairy tales, showing people fairy tales, combined, like intertwined with history and travel and blah, blah, blah. And I do a lot of, I guess, posting about fairy tales and living like what I feel around like what a real fairy tale is. And I guess I talk about it a lot, and I kind of, when I meet people, I give that energy of that fairy tale energy. And something I've run into with people is that some people see this as, they've called it like toxic positivity. And I guess I'm trying to understand what that is and if that's a real, basically was saying that it seems fake, like you're like, I'm always kind of showing this like kind of like fluffy energy, and it feels fake, and it's this toxic positivity, and then I go into too good to be true.
They are right.
Okay.
They are right. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Okay. What's your favorite fairy tale?
Peter Pan.
Is it always positive? Is there not Captain Hook and alligators there, stuff like that?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
there
it's not.
not dark energy? In a
There is.
fairy tale, it's not one-sided. There's everything. So if
Yeah.
you're always in the ebullient part, the like joyful part of the fairy tale, then it's fake because you're not expressing a fairy tale. A fairy tale has also its dark sides. So they are right if that is the case.
Okay.
Any fairy tale, any fairy tale that you've ever, like Little Red Riding Hood, there's the wolf that wants to eat her.
Yeah.
In every fairy tale, it's not just one aspect of life. Fairy tales have all aspects of life, like life. So if you're
Yeah.
only giving one, then you're fake.
Mhm.
They're right.
I mean, yeah, I guess maybe I do. I try to show every part of it, the struggles and everything. But okay, no,
Are
that's
you
good.
trying to show the struggles in a fairy tale fashion as well? Or are the struggles just complaining and victimhood and the fairy tale? Because if part of your persona is a fairy tale and part is not, then you're fake.
Mm, I don't know. Actually, to the answer to that question, and because I don't know, it's true. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
then now,
The
now that you
reaction
have
is
this
I don't know.
question, you can endeavor to find out.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay.
If
Well, I
your
guess that,
life,
yeah.
you like to live it as a fairy tale, all of it should be like a fairy tale, including
Mm,
the dangers, the fears, the setbacks, everything,
mm,
because they're part of the fairy tale. Are you approaching those in a different way than the others? Then you're not in a fairy tale. You're just in a fairy tale when you're in a good mood, which is not a fairy tale, because
no.
every fairy tale includes moments where there is zero good mood.
100%. I fully agree with that. And yeah, I think there is definitely, and you are right. It's about how you react to it and how you write it and how like right, yeah. And
Is the
yeah.
dancing bear delivering? Have I, am I answering every single question instantly without hesitation in a way that both magical and commonsensical and a 5-year-old can understand it? How am I doing? Doing good?
Doing very well, Mikis. Very
Next
well.
question then. Next
Okay.
question. It's part of the show to show off.
A pretty good show.
Yes, it's a show.
Um,
That's why we got sculptures and dungeons behind us.
very awesome. It's very rare. I don't think I've seen the inside in person. It looks very cool.
You gotta see it, super cool. There's lots
Yeah.
of stuff in Terra Mythica now that are super cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, we'll be there soon, hopefully, I think.
Cool. Looking
Um,
forward to seeing you and giving you a hug both.
yeah, we're very excited
But I,
too. We're super
but I
excited to
will
come.
tell you something. I will tell you something. in the
Yeah.
beginning of September, which is not that far away, it's a couple of months or something, we will be in Amsterdam, and
Ah,
we're gonna
okay.
spend 2 or 3 days there, because Liz has to go to Belgium and get her ID and some kind of like documents, and I have to do some like medical tests and do some things like that. So we're gonna be there. So we can have a nice dinner, yeah, and have like
Yes, can I cook and you can eat the cats?
yeah, like yeah, we can kind of hang out if you want.
Hell yeah, that'd be awesome. I want to show you guys our cats. They're my like pride and possession. Like they're so like incredible cats.
We also have incredible cats, and now they're close to mating, so we may have incredible kittens within the year also.
Oh my God. They will, I've seen them both. They were going to be beautiful kittens as well.
Sushi
It'll
and
be, yeah.
sashimi.
I hope they're, what's the thing going to be called? The babies.
The baby is some kind of Japanese food, or like sake or
I was
something.
thinking,
These
yes,
things that
okay.
names that start with an S sound are more recognizable by cats. She read this somewhere, so everything has to start with an S. So after sake, I don't know, surimi, I mean, I don't know what the fuck Japanese foods have that start with an S. But anyway, next question.
Yeah. Okay. I have a question around, um, I feel like again, I feel like we've kind of answered this. This is around munaiki, well, the saying munaiki, which I guess for people to know means I love you just the way you are. You don't need to change a thing. I hope I said that correctly.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it's like in the Quechua language, which is the language that comes from the Andes, from the Incas. The word "I love you" is synonymous with "don't change a thing." For example, in Spanish, the word "I love you," "te quiero," is synonymous with "I want you." So the etymology of languages is of words is very important. So I find it brilliant that in Quechua, "I love you" is synonymous like "stay as you are, don't change a thing."
it's a miracle word. Like for me, that word is like a miracle changer. And it's been very helpful in my personal journey with self-hatred. Like we all have self-hatred, but for me, Munaiki has been a really cool.
Muna is the word for love.
No?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Munai has been a very, I guess, a huge reference point for me for when those parts of me that I don't particularly love are taking over. It helps me rein it in and kind of go into a place where I don't need like that victimhood basically kind of goes away with kind of this reference point I've created with it. So what I wanted to ask around this is how much Munai how much Munai in that sense is too much, because sometimes I feel like I can kind of put myself in a place like I love you, don't change a thing, and then does it stop me from progressing to like a higher height?
It doesn't mean like if you love Lars and if you love your cat or if you love your home, it doesn't mean that things cannot improve. It means
Mhm.
that it's not necessary for them to improve for you to
Yeah,
love that thing.
it's the need for
So obviously, I love my wife. There's always things to improve in our relationship. Stay as you are means if you don't change a thing, I'll still love you. Yeah. And if you change a thing, some things,
it.
then that's nice. And that applies to yourself as well. If I love myself, I'm one with myself, and I say, okay, I will still love you, don't change a thing. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to evolve and be better and better and better and better in the things that make me be one with myself more.
Yeah. So there's no limit. You can, like,
There's
you
no
like,
limit. There's no limit. No.
I like that. Okay. Cool. Very cool. Next question. We're like firing through
You
these. It's
seem to
great.
like everything. I'm hoping for something you don't like. So we have a bit of fun.
Yeah, everything's working for me right now. I mean, how when it's clear and it
Great.
makes sense, what can
I'm
I
just
do?
joking. I'm just joking. Okay,
Okay.
keep going.
This question is, yeah. So this question was inspired by Danny's song. So people who don't know, there is an Argonaut called Danny, and she has an awesome song that's called "I Found My Greatness." I don't know if she has it online somewhere. She should. It's very good.
It's online.
And
The
basically, what I
Choice
wanted to,
site, it's all online, free. Yeah.
it's an amazing song. And I wanted to get a definition of what that true greatness means, because for me, my journey, I feel like I've reached heights that I've never imagined. Like I'm super, like genuinely super happy. Like I'm like, woohoo, fuck yeah.
Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming and keep imagining. Keep raising the ceiling is your answer.
Ever reach your true greatness? Is that what happens?
If you reach it, you gotta die. So why would you wanna die? When you reach it, you go greater. There's no limit. Why are you imposing ceilings?
Mm,
You can be great today and you can be greater tomorrow. The whole game of life is a game of evolution. Why would it ever end?
okay.
If you reach perfection, you have nowhere. Perfection is a fate worse than death, because if you reach perfection, you know where to go from there. There's no point to anything. So wish that you never reach it.
Okay.
As
But
they say, it's not about the destination, it's about the voyage.
yeah. But what if I want to reach that at some point? Like I want to know what it feels like.
Why don't you know now?
Because I guess that's the question. What, like, how do I know? Or when do I, like, what is it? It's an abstract thing.
It's not an abstract.
No?
If
Okay.
you choose that you're great, you are.
So
You,
it's a
you're
choice.
you're already there. It's not about your position, it's about your direction in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, position means nothing. You can lose position. You can be first in your class and never graduate. It's about your direction. Yeah. And if your direction is to have a PhD, then you're on your way. And then you have another PhD or do whatever you want. The point is, why are you not great now?
I am great. I'm like, awesome.
Well, okay, so if you are great, then you've reached your greatness. Keep
Okay.
going.
But also what,
Keep going now.
okay. Um,
You reach your greatness, why should you stop the voyage?
no, fuck that. And that's what you're talking about with the ceiling.
Continue your trip of life and you will be greater. And if you live a good life, a mythic life, a life where you follow your dreams, the point where you will be greatest will be on your deathbed.
Oh my God. I like that.
And not a second before that, because that will mean you will have stopped traveling. You can travel, still keep traveling the last 10 seconds of your life. In the book, The 12 Dreams, there is a dream. I don't talk about the book, but I will talk about this. There is a dream where there's a couple that chose each other to be in love, and they have lived a very long life together. Many children, grandchildren, they have lived the biggest love. And it's the middle of the night. She's very old, 90 or I don't know, sitting on a chair, knowing that her man is going to die soon. But what she doesn't know is that he's dead, because while she's asleep on the chair, he's on his last breath. So then he dies happy that she's there, happy that they've fulfilled this love for all these years. And then the dream changes because there's something better. Something better. He does a cough or something. She wakes up. This alternative dream. Yeah? And they have a last look together. He gives his life one extra look to something that was already perfect. So he changes the dream, changes the future. And he lives a few more seconds. Rather, he doesn't live a few more seconds. She wakes up a few seconds before he died.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's the magnificence of that journey and the moments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next question. Next question.
You got me emotional now. Okay, 1 minute.
I got emotional now because, something authentic is something that is, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes. Okay. We've talked about that one. So
you need to move the bacon because there's people that are watching us, or hopefully people that will watch us, and they would like to know the next question.
Yes, next question is coming up. Okay, so this is a strategical question. So I've started a new business, but it can be adapted to anything else, which is like it's basically taking my experience and strategy and communications and putting it into more of a freelancing platform. And my question is around how can you position yourself as an expert in something while you're, I guess, I'm building a portfolio and the goal is in 6 months to be an expert in what I'm doing. And I was an expert in it in a corporate way, but I'm not an expert on it in a freelance,
What is the question?
The question is, what is an expert and how can you become an expert in something, in a career or like a skill, a niche?
Are you an expert?
I'm an expert in communication strategy, but
okay,
for government, not for people. Yeah.
So when you feel that you're an expert for people, you will know the same way as you knew when you felt that you were an expert for government.
Okay. So
when did you know that you were an expert?
When everything came naturally, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it's just
you know the answer. Next question.
Okay. Being very fast. Oh, this is like a personal question. This is like more of an interview question. What is right now in Mikis's life so this is for me to find inspiration as well. But what right now is inspiring you the most? I was like, interview.
Well, first of all, there's many things that inspire me because, as I told you, I like being multifaceted. The work that we're doing here at Terra Mythica, with actually for the first time selling our artistic work, sculptures and stuff like that, is inspiring me. The publication of 12 Dreams is inspiring me. Yeah. The book that we're gonna write right after, which is Beyond Dreams, that is a sequel to this book,
Oh my God.
inspires
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
Researching and discovering more and more things about our human nature and how we can guide it and control it inspires me. The fact that I'm going on a holiday in like 2 weeks inspires me. The fact that I'm going to give a workshop again in the beautiful Greek island of Lesbos on beautiful Aegean blue inspires me. And a couple of projects that we have envisioned for the future and we shall start manifesting in a few months inspire me, which you're going to know when the time is to know. So there's a lot of things that we have in the colds. The next workshop inspires me. The next advance inspires me very much, like attempting to take people into the world of magic and
That's what I
understanding
wanted to
magic.
know.
So that inspires me very much because I never know what I'm going to do in an advanced workshop. I just wing it. So I learn many things myself. So the fact that after like 10, 11 years, 10 years, the office has moved out of on top of Jazzle, and now that building is empty and we're taking it over, and I'm making myself a bigger office, and Liz has made herself already uh, a room called Lente Sky. That's her art room, and she's made it super beautiful. She does all kinds of shit in there. And now we're building a gate, like an art project of the two of us, and building a gate inspires me. There's so many things that inspire me. I'm inspired by multiple things all day.
This is, yeah, it's, I feel like you could go on probably for like
Yes,
forever, that, which is really cool. And I
I can go on
guess
because
the
there's
question
many
connected
things,
to this
and there's more part of the work
is,
that as every part of the work I work on and develop, and it may take a couple of years, like the good and evil stuff or stuff like that, to bring to the surface. That also inspires me, but you're not going to know about that until it's ready. So many things I can go on.
it's fucking amazing. Like this is, I feel like I am very inspired and I like go onto these trains as well, but I want to get your tips on how do you keep that like momentum of inspiration up with like a bazillion things, like you said.
Is it, first of all, I don't pressure myself with anything. So I do everything, but I don't allow myself to put, if I'm in too much pressure and I need to address something, then I abandon everything else, concentrate on that one. Then I'm not pressured anymore because I only do one thing, right? So now I was very busy on many things. So I didn't do any dungeon chats, although I enjoyed them for, I don't know, a month and a half. But I had recovered like three or four so they can keep playing them every like 10 days. So there's probably others that have not aired before you that will be aired in the next few weeks. So I don't allow it to pressure me. I always make it fun. And why do you need any persuasion to do fun things? Why do I need to pressure myself to do something fun? If it presses me, then I don't do it.
Mm. And it's following that excitement, right? It's like the thing that
Yeah.
excites becomes that inspiration. And
If I have to put down an inspiration for 3 months because I have other things that take priority, I keep that inspiration alive, and when I have time, I go back into it with gusto. And that's about it. I don't
yeah.
allow myself to be pressured over anything.
Mm. I mean, that's a huge, you taught me last year because I was writing my novel and my bath book at the same time. And I was like stressed. And you told me, drop the one that doesn't inspire you and do the one that inspires you. And that was perfect because I finished that now. And now
It's like
I'm like getting
I
inspired with the
think
novel.
that I postponed your dungeon chat a couple of times because I was busy. And what I was doing at that moment, although this inspires me, but what I was doing at the moment took priority. So I had no problem saying, fuck Daria, we're going to do it later. I
And it's
mean,
perfect.
yeah, it's what it is, right? And we're doing it now, and it's great.
Yeah.
You have
No,
nice
that's
questions.
thank you. I worked on it.
So, Daria,
Yes.
thank you very much, because now you've gone to personal questions, and I'm not going to answer anything
Yeah.
about me because people don't really care.
Okay.
So, thank you, Daria, for being part of the 12th edition of Dungeon Chats in our beautiful dungeon in the jungle of our paradise. Thank you very much. Big hugs.
Thank you. I had so much fun.
Want to play RPG in our dungeon? Would you like us to make you a small, medium, or huge custom-made sculpture? Or even your own castle? Contact us at contact@fantasyscaping.com.